You know how Osman Bey died and Orhan took the throne. But here's what nobody really talks about. What happened to the men standing right next to Osman his entire life? The ones who fought beside him, prayed beside him, built the whole thing with him from nothing? Some of them went on to even bigger glory. Some just quietly disappeared from the history books. Stick around, because that last one is a real twist. Let's go through this chart together, one man at a time. Starting from the right, Sheikh Edebali stands right next to Osman first. Now this isn't a warrior. This is the old Sufi master who shaped Osman's entire worldview before he ever became a ruler. You know the famous dream, the moon rising out of Edebali's chest and passing into Osman's, with a huge tree growing out of it? That's this man. He's the one who gave Osman his blessing, gave him his daughter Bala Hatun's hand in marriage. And here's something interesting. Edebali died in that same year as Osman, 1326, in Bilecik, reportedly around 120 years old. He was buried right there in the same lodge where he used to teach his students. Turgut Alp comes next. This is one of the toughest fighters in Osman's whole circle. He's the man who conquered Inegöl and got an entire region named after him, Turgut İli, the land of Turgut. He helped capture Atranos Castle in 1325, and then he was right there in Bursa in 1326, at the exact moment the siege finally ended, the very same moment Osman took his last breath. Turgut kept fighting under Orhan for years after that. Historians place his death somewhere around 1334 or 1335. People in Inegöl still hold a small remembrance for him every single year. Konar Alp is up after that. Orhan trusted this man enough to send him all the way toward the Black Sea, and Konar delivered big time. Akyazı, Mudurnu, the whole Melen River basin, all brought under Ottoman control through his campaigns. He also played a real part in that final push on Bursa in 1326. Konar died in 1328, and there's an entire district in Düzce today that's literally named Konar Alp after him. Moving along the chart, Akçakoca. Think of him as the man leading the fast raiding parties, the 𝐤𝐚𝐥, always first into new territory. Through the 1320s, he pushed Ottoman control along the Black Sea coast and the Sakarya region. And here's a fun little detail for you. Way later, in 1934, an entire Turkish city was renamed Akçakoca in his honor. That city is still sitting right there on the map today. Abdurrahman Gazi sits right beside him. Orhan sent him to lay siege to Eidos Castle in 1328, and he pulled it off. Abdurrahman died just a year later in 1329, and he's buried in Samandira, which today is simply a district inside Istanbul. Turgut Alp follows him on the chart. History doesn't hand us a lot of juicy detail on this one, but that doesn't make him any less important. He was there from the very start, fighting alongside Osman since around 1300. He's one of those quiet background heroes you almost never hear a full story about, but he shows up in campaign after campaign, doing the work nobody writes songs about. Samsa Çavuş comes right after him. This man is the definition of loyalty. He served under Ertuğrul first, then Osman, and then he stayed on all the way into Orhan's reign, still standing guard for the state right up until the end of his life. Some records suggest he died sometime after 1330. Second to last, Kose Mihal. Now this one's genuinely wild. He wasn't even Turkish or Muslim to begin with. He was a Byzantine governor, ruling his own castle near Bilecik. He actually fought against Osman at one point, lost, and instead of staying enemies forever, the two of them grew close. Mihal eventually converted to Islam and became one of Osman's most trusted men on the battlefield. He's actually the one who helped negotiate the final surrender of Bursa in 1326, that same fateful campaign, working directly under the new ruler, Orhan. Historians believe Mihal himself died around 1340. And finally, at the very end of the chart, Kumral Abdal. He's shown here as a dervish, Osman's flag bearer, a devoted disciple of Sheikh Edebali. According to most historical sources, Kumral Abdal actually died back in 1286, nearly 40 years before Osman even passed away, right around the same time as Ertuğrul's own death. So if you've seen him portrayed standing there during Osman's final days in any show, that's dramatic storytelling, not real history. So that's the full picture. If you enjoyed digging through real history like this, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments which one of these companions surprised you the most.